Next on The Shield, new developments in the search for 3 men suspected of killing an Illinois police officer.
Plus, we take a look at a unique opportunity for Valpo engineering students.
The hot and humid conditions are finally out of the area, and so are those showers. We're seeing a current temperature of 83 in sunny conditions. How long will this heat be around? I'll have the answer to that coming up in my 5-day forecast. This edition of The Shield starts right now.
Thank you for joining us on The Shield. I'm Haenni.
And I'm Bruno.
We begin this evening with a potential breakthrough in the search for 3 men that killed an Illinois police officer. A significant piece of evidence that discovered this past week now sits at the center of the investigation. So far, police in Fox Lake are not giving any details about that evidence except to say that it was not located by authorities. This new evidence, combined with recently obtained traffic camera footage, may help police identify subjects involved in the killing. This news comes just hours after a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the killers was announced.
The Department of Engineering on VU's campus is giving undergrads a one-of-a-kind classroom opportunity. The $2.3 million James Markowitz Solar Energy Research Facility is the only solar furnace in the world that is used as a primarily undergraduate institution. Students involved are working on the cutting edge to harness sunlight in order to turn it into commodities that can make a difference in the world's economy. One product they are hoping to produce is magnesium, a lightweight metal in a more eco-friendly way, as opposed to the dirty way it is created now. Jason Toberman, a 5th-year senior, as well as faculty members, see this opportunity as an example of how students are being taught at Valpo.
I think it says a lot about the type of school that we are. That we're also focusing on the students' education. So they probably could have had, an outside company build, this reactor platform, or they could have had, someone else design that. But they allowed the students to be involved in that process. So we learn about, types of renewable energy. We learn about how to make these different designs, and also feel useful because we're helping out, making the world a better place.
The students are working on the cutting edge of solar energy technology. In fact, I think what we're doing now is we're defining the cutting edge. We're finding new areas to explore. And that's an experience that not many undergraduate students get to have.
Researchers are hoping they will be able to take the magnesium produced and eventually produce vehicles that are lighter and more fuel efficient.
We often hear about the El Nino, but what exactly is it and how does it impact us here in the Midwest? VUTV's Katie Nicolau has the story.
It's been a very active Pacific hurricane season and a very quiet Atlantic one. This is due, in part, to a strong El Nino which has formed off the west coast of North and South America. We sat down with Teresa Balsey-Schultz to find out what an El Nino is and how it could possibly impact us this upcoming winter.
So what we see with an El Nino is that typically the waters are warm, more on the western side, more towards Asia, Australia, and it starts to shift into the Central Pacific and over into the Eastern Pacific and towards the coast of Peru and Chile, which is why it's now named El Nino for the Christ Child, because that warm water would appear in December for the Christ Child. That's why it's El Nino. What we expect with a good strong El Nino is that the pattern for the West Coast would be rainier. And that's what we've seen for really, really strong El Ninos. For us here in the Midwest, not necessarily as much. Perhaps a little bit warmer, relatively speaking, when we talk about a winter, which the last 2 winters have been a little cool-ish, which is more like normal. But that's really more like normal. We weren't that outstandingly cold.
For The Shield, I'm Katie Nicolau.
It was definitely noticeably sticky outside. Lauren Hilco joins us now for some weather. Lauren?
Yes, the current headlines have been hot, steamy, and humid. Definitely has been, as we look at the current conditions outside, the rain has finally passed and so has those temperatures. We're seeing a current temperature of 83 degrees. with mostly sunny conditions. Regional radar, though, showing the general picture. We need to definitely watch the rain that is in the Iowa area that will be affecting us tomorrow. But as we zoom into the area right now, we're just seeing some general showers and even some thunderstorms back into Illinois. And those showers were affecting our area, and they have finally pushed out. Regional temperatures, we have cooled down significantly throughout the day. We're seeing 83 right now in Valparaiso, but back down to Springfield, we're seeing temperatures in the 90s. Dew points are also very sticky. We're seeing 73 is the current dew point in Valparaiso, and 70 seems to be a trend across the entire area. And when you combine the dew point and the temperatures, you get what's called the heat index. So currently it feels like outside 89 degrees in Valparaiso and even seeing 95 down into Springfield. So definitely a hot day out there. What is normal for this time of year? 77 and 56 for the low. Our temperature high today was 89 and a low of 71. So temperatures are definitely been above normal. How long are they going to last? I'll definitely have that coming up in the 5-day forecast. Back to you guys.
Lauren, nationwide debate.
Next on The Shield, a county clerk in Kentucky sits in jail as her office issues the first same-sex marriage licenses.
Plus, movie star Jessica Alba's company is accused of product mislabeling. We'll have that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it... If dying young won't change your mind, baby,
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
On a campus plagued with terrible weather, Valpo students suffer from boredom with no motivation to leave their room. They begin to search for free movies and stumble upon Valpo's new free movie streaming website, where you get unlimited free access to recent movies like Despicable Me 2 and Jobs at the tips of your fingers. So if you're feeling bored, then don't wait. Grab some friends, find a seat, and enjoy a movie on movies.valpo.edu.
Now turning to news across the nation, Rowan County, Kentucky has been granting same-sex couple marriage licenses since Friday. But the county clerk sits in jail following a week-long battle between her office and same-sex couples who applied for licenses. CNN's Steve Nannis has all the details on this story that's quickly turning into a national debate.
For the 6th time, James Yates and William Smith Jr. walked into the Rowan County Clerk's office hoping to get married. Each of the first 5 times they were denied.
Hello, again.
But Friday morning, a county official took their names
And make sure everything's spelled correctly.
and their money
$35.50.
and certified their marriage.
Here's your receipt. Here's your license. Congratulations, guys.
This marriage was processed by Deputy Clerk Brian Mason, while his boss, County Clerk Kim Davis, sits in jail. Davis has refused to issue licenses to same-sex couples, saying it violates her religious rights. The Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in June. On Thursday, she was found in contempt of court. Her lawyer says any marriage license that's issued in her absence is, in Davis's opinion, invalid. He also says she's prepared for a long battle.
She doesn't know how long she is going to be here, but one thing she does know, and that is she loves God, she loves people, she loves her job, and she can't violate her conscience. So if that means she's going to be here for a longer period of time, she's prepared to be here.
Davis's legal battle has sparked a national debate. Her state senator Rand Paul says an exception should be made for her.
Her heartfelt religious conviction is that this isn't kind of marriage that she approves of.
Meanwhile, for Yates and Smith Jr., they say they're ready to start their lives as a married couple.
The fight had already been fought, and it was done, and it was for all Americans to get married, and it's a hiccup. We're just really right now just really happy to finally get it married and have it recognized here.
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
Highly acclaimed four-star celebrity Jessica Alba and her sunscreen line are under suit by a customer. The plaintiff accuses Alba's company of mislabeling their products as natural. The lawsuit also suggests that the sunscreen is ineffective. In an interview, Alba stated the allegations went against her company as, quote, baseless and without merit. The customer's attorney hopes to make the case a class action suit, which would allow for other customers to make similar claims.
There is some much-needed good news on the American job front. This past August, the United States gained 100,000 jobs for our workforce. The gain was unexplained. Last month, the wages also rose above 2%, which was up to speed with professional expectations. It's that time of year again. High-profile tech company Apple is about to make another big announcement. If history were to repeat itself, it is speculated that this will be where the next iPhone is unveiled. Other rumors are upgrades to the iPhone, introducing a new Apple TV, and maybe even the launch of a larger iPad Pro. This event will occur tomorrow, Wednesday, September 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific in San Francisco. Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. That does it for national news. Storm Shield meteorologist Lauren Hilko has your full forecast when we will come back. Stick with us.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it...
If dying young won't change your mind, baby, right.
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
Current conditions around the area, we're seeing 83 degrees and some sunny conditions. Again, those showers and even the humidity has dropped significantly throughout the area. As we look at the current radar, we are seeing general showers in the Chicago area. Even a severe thunderstorm watch has popped up into that area. They're seeing some more storms. But as we zoom into our area, we're just seeing some general showers and maybe even embedded thunder, but most of it seems to just be some general showers. As we look at the regional temperatures, we're seeing 83 in Valparaiso, a huge difference from what we were seeing earlier. We were seeing temperatures degrees. Those have stayed to our southwest, and we're seeing 91 in Champaign and also 90 down into Springfield. And that southwest wind we had earlier was allowing for temperatures to get pretty warm across the area. As we look at our muggy meter, it definitely feels very, very sticky out there. 71 to 75 is very uncomfortable for this time of year. We want to usually stay down in the comfortable and pleasant zone, and we have definitely not seen for very much. As we look at the almanac, what is our average for this time of year? Our normal average is a high right around 77 and a low right around 56. Our high today that we got here in Valparaiso was 89. So definitely a huge drastic difference, and a low overnight was 71. So our average temperatures are definitely being very beat. And how long will this last? I'll have that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Looking at futurecast temperatures, we're seeing 79 as we head throughout the day tomorrow, 10 a.m. As we put this into motion, tomorrow's going to get a little bit warm into the mid-80s. We're going to be seeing 78 around 2 p.m. tomorrow, and as we head into the overnight hours, we're going to be dropping down into right around 71 for 7 a.m. for those early morning classes that you have for the day on Wednesday. But you notice as we put this into motion, a definite difference as we head into the temperatures. We're seeing only 73 degrees by Wednesday afternoon and quickly dropping off into the lower 60s. Future radar showing just some general showers around the area that will stick around till about 11 p.m. We're seeing some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms develop. Those will continue to early morning hours, just some general clouds around 6 a.m. And that will be the continuing story for tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms by 1 p.m. around the area, and that will continue to fill in, and expect some spotty showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. As we head in the forecast for tonight, we're going to be seeing a temperature low right around 69 with mostly cloudy skies, and again, the chance for some thunderstorms late. That chance will continue into the day tomorrow. We're going to see the general thunderstorms again reaching temperatures in the low to mid 80s. And as we look at the 5-day forecast, definitely a different story than what we've been experiencing. We're only going to be seeing in the middle 70s for the day on Wednesday, with the chance of thunderstorms. 77 for the forecast on Thursday, and look at those temperatures on Friday and Saturday. Definitely a drastic difference. If you're heading out to the Popcorn Festival or even the first home football game for Saturday, it's going to be cool, only seeing a high right around 68. So we're going to be returning back to normal finally.
Thank goodness, I can't wait. It's way too hot walking
We finally
to class.
broke down the pattern of the huge trough in the west and the ridge in the east, so that's definitely going to send some more fall-like and more relief for us.
I look forward to it.
Yes, me too, because this last couple of temperatures have just been not good.
Yeah. So thanks, Lauren. And up next, Jordan Morandini will have more for us with our Crusader Athletics. Stick around.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it...
If dying young won't change your mind, baby, right.
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my jam.
Welcome back to The Shield. I'm Jordan Morandini. It was a busy week sports-wise here at Valparaiso University. The Valparaiso Crusaders opened up the season with a tough loss on the road to Eastern Kentucky. Not much went right for the Valpo in the opener. The Colonels outgained the Crusaders 410 to 220, including holding Valpo to just 36 yards on the ground. However, there were some bright spots for the future. Joey Diaz-Martinez, a freshman defensive back, shut down Kentucky 2 drives with a pair of interceptions. Jacob Newman was the first Crusader to put points on the board this season with a 25-yard field goal in the second quarter. At this point, it was just 14-3 in favor of Eastern Kentucky. However, the Crusaders did not score again until late in the fourth quarter when redshirt junior Scott Stahl hit redshirt senior Jake Hudson on a 16-yard shovel pass for a touchdown. Defensively, Alex Green led Valpo with 9 tackles. The Crusaders will look to right the ship this Saturday in their home opener against Sacred Heart, beginning at 1 p.m. The cross-country program had their home opener at Sunset Hills Farm this past weekend. The Crusaders hosted familiar opponents in Purdue Boilermakers and Notre Dame Fighting Irish in what turned out to be quite an exciting meet. Purdue showed excellence at this weekend's meet, finishing with the top 3 runners in the men's heat. As for Notre Dame, Calvin Kraft put together a good race, finishing 4th. Juniors Adam Bruno and Max Murillo led the way, for Valpo finishing 13th and 14th. In the women's heat, Purdue again showed their dominance, taking 5 out of the 6 top spots. For Valpo, Elizabeth Bloy ran well, finishing 12th in 19:33. The men's and women's cross-country teams will be back in action on September 18th and 19th at the Friendship Invitational in Cedarville, Ohio. The volleyball team continued their early season dominance with a sweep of the Terrier Invitational. With a 3-1 win over Ryder and a pair of 3-0 wins over NJIT and St. Francis Brooklyn, the Crusaders improved to 6-0. It will be back in action for the Popcorn Classic this weekend at the Arc. Their first match is against Kennesaw State beginning at 12:30 p.m. It was an exciting weekend for the men's soccer team with a 3-2 win in double overtime over Western Illinois. Valpo earned their first win of the season, improving to 1-2 on the year. Isaiah Madrid scored the winning goal in the 101st minute on a pass from Matthew Guay. The Crusaders will have their home opener tonight against Loyola beginning at 7 p.m. The women's soccer team also had an impressive win in double overtime this weekend, winning 2-1 over Belmont. For the second straight game, both Rita Craven and April Cronin scored. Robin Wenzel had an assist on Cronin's game-winning goal in the 100th minute. The Crusaders have their home opener this Friday against Eastern Washington, beginning at 7:30 p.m. For more on all of your Valpo Athletics news, log on to valpoathletics.com.
Thanks, Jordan. We will have a final look at weather when we come right back, so stay right here.
Good morning, Valparaiso University. What's a better way to start your day than with a new jam? And WVUR has just what you need.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it...
If dying young won't change your mind, baby, right.
Broadcasting sports, news, weather, and music on air, online, and on campus. WVUR is my
Lauren joins us for a final look at your storm shield forecast. Lauren, what does this week look to have in store for us?
Well, not as hot as temperatures and as humid as we've been experiencing. As we take a look at the 5-day forecast, we're seeing the chance of thunderstorms continue into the day tomorrow as well as Wednesday. But you definitely see a cooler trend as we head into the midweek. On Thursday, we're going to see conditions improve with temperatures around 77. And then by Friday and Saturday, we're only going to be seeing temperatures in the lower 70s and upper 60s. As you notice for Saturday, if you're heading out to the home football game or even the Popcorn Festival, it's going to be cool. We're only going to be seeing a temperature right around 68 degrees. So definitely a different feel to the air than what we've been experiencing.
Well, Lauren, would you care to read a couple words that are showing up on the prompter up there?
It just says something about Lauren's birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, it is my birthday.
Fancy that. So, as some of you watching might know, it is Lauren
thank you
Hilko's
guys.
birthday. She's 21 today. So, as a part of that and showing our gratitude for you, Lauren, we have a couple special guests bring out the cake bears.
You guys didn't have to do that.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Lauren.
birthday, you
We have
guys.
Jimmy and Amy. So, what type of cake is it?
Looks to be a white wit,
Okay.
which is my favorite.
I
So
like
good job,
it.
guys.
Good job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you did this?
And I got your Mickey Mouse ribbon to go Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse?
ribbon, Yeah. So
You know me too well.
I know you too well. Yeah.
Lauren's a big Disney fan. If
Yeah,
you didn't
that's
know.
true.
I think she has a world record for the most times going to Disney World. I
Probably,
think.
yeah.
I'd bet money on that for sure.
Sure.
So Lauren, in your 21 years,
Yes.
impart some wisdom to some viewers. I think that's a necessity.
Okay, so probably the wisdom I would give is to always be yourself and always do your best and never let what people tell you get you down. That's what got me here as a meteorologist. And so my 6th grade teacher told me, you can never be a meteorologist, and I did this to prove him wrong, and I have. And here I am sitting as a senior, 21, doing the weather. So always follow your dreams is probably the word of advice I have for my 21 years.
That is great birthday advice.
Yeah.
Gonna have fun tonight?
Yeah, we're going out to La Cabañas. I'm going to get Mexican food, and then I'm helping Amy with her fantasy football draft. Not that I know anything about football, but
Maybe Jordan can help you.
Yeah, that's
Jordan,
the mo-
you might need to help.
That's the most important
Definitely.
time of the year. Most
Jordan,
important
have you
time
done
of
a draft? I was gonna ask.
I've done about 5 or 6.
I might need your wisdom.
I've
You
never
know,
done a draft.
I'm actually in that league, so
Oh, that would be kind of
Sorry.
cheating then.
Yeah,
so
no
yeah, we
advice.
won't do that then.
Okay, well, get excited. This is a shameless plug for La Cabana. They can pay me later for this, but they do some excellent presentation on your birthday. They bring out a
Really?
brown paper bag, and they pop it over your head.
Oh.
It's really exciting.
That might be a little scary, actually.
We'll have to make sure someone lets them know. that it's
Okay,
your birthday.
definitely.
Yes.
But definitely the cake, everybody, definitely can have a
No,
piece.
it's pink and exciting and
Yeah.
full of birthday joy.
It is.
Are you going to share the cake, though?
Oh, yes, I'm going to share the cake.
Okay.
Yes, everybody gets a piece.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Highlight of my day.
Yeah.
Highlight of your day is
I'm
cake.
definitely going to get a piece of that cake. I'm just saying, before I leave. So I think that's pretty much it. For everyone. Okay. Well, for everyone here at The Shield, I'm Will Haenni.
I'm Maria Bruno.
And for Lauren and Jordan, and again, everyone here at VUTV, we're wishing Lauren a happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us in this special day, and we will see you next time.